Thursday, July 3rd, 2025. It's a date that really imprinted itself onto the collective memory of football fans, definitely.
Oh, absolutely. And, countless people far beyond the beautiful game as well.
Yeah. It was just a day when a life so vibrant with like extraordinary talent and huge promise was suddenly irrevocably extinguished. The shock, the sadness, it just rippled across the globe. Immediate, profound, devastating.
It really was a moment of, well, immense grief. A truly heartbreaking piece of news that arrived just after midnight local time.
Yeah.
And this wasn't just, a loss for one club or one nation. It felt like a blow to the whole global community that had come to admire him.
Both on and off the pitch.
Exactly.
And that individual, that central figure we're talking about, was Diogo Jota, the celebrated Liverpool forward. And alongside him, his brother, André Silva.
Both lives tragically cut short in a fatal car crash.
So this deep dive, it isn't just about recounting the incident itself. Our mission today, really, is to try and understand not just what happened that night,
Right.
but to really get a sense of who Diogo Jota was. The player, sure, but also the person, and the incredible impact he had.
Especially given the timing, the heartbreaking timing of it all.
Exactly. So we're going to step into the specific details of that night.
But just as importantly, explore the life, the really multifaceted life that was cut short so abruptly.
We want to invite you, the listener, into this story. We'll blend the critical facts with the human side of it.
Yeah, it's a heavy subject, no doubt about it. But we'll try to navigate that emotional weight, while delivering clear insights into what happened, connecting the pieces.
Okay, so to really get a handle on the shock of that day, let's revisit the details of that tragic night. It was just after midnight, around 12:30 a.m. local time, Thursday, July 3rd, 2025.
And the location was Cernadia. It's a small place, Zamora province, northwestern Spain.
And what's really poignant about that location, isn't it, is how close it is to the border with Portugal, Jota's home country.
Yeah, it suggests they might have been heading home or maybe on a family trip. Makes it even tougher to think about.
And the initial reports from emergency services,
Yeah.
they confirmed the absolute worst straight away.
Yeah, the crash, it was immediate, horrific consequences. It claimed the lives of Diogo Jota, just 28 years old,
So young.
and his brother, André Silva, who was 26.
Two brothers. And the preliminary cause, the investigations are ongoing, of course, but what they're pointing to,
The sudden tire blowout, that's the reported cause.
which just paints a truly harrowing picture, doesn't it?
It does. Instant loss of control.
The vehicle veering off the road, uncontrollable, and then horrifically catching fire.
Yeah, an accident that, well, it seems offered no chance of survival. Just a sudden, brutal moment.
Frightening finality.
Mm-hmm.
And the immediate aftermath, you can only imagine, just immense shock, grief.
Right, felt not just by the first responders there, but almost instantly across social media as the news started breaking.
The football world, the wider public, just plunged into mourning.
The sheer speed the news traveled, it kind of amplified that sense of disbelief, collective sorrow. It really felt like a punch to the gut for so many.
Yeah, it spread like wildfire. That outpouring of grief was just palpable.
Mm-hmm.
But to really understand the depth of this loss, why it hit so hard, we need to look at Diogo Jota's journey.
His footballing journey, yeah. A real
Yeah.
achiever.
Definitely. Born Diogo José Teixeira da Silva, December 4th, 1996, in Massarelos, Portugal. His path wasn't like an overnight thing. It was a steady, determined climb.
Started at Paços de Ferreira, right. Caught the eye pretty quickly.
Yeah, then a big move to Atletico Madrid
Yeah.
in 2016. Though it was really those loan spells back home at FC Porto where he started to properly hone those skills.
That attacking instinct, that clinical edge that really came to define his game later on.
And that journey really picked up steam at Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Oh, absolutely. He was instrumental for them, getting them promoted to the Premier League in 2018. He brought this dynamism, this goal threat that was just critical. His record there, 131 appearances, 44 goals. Pretty impressive.
Consistently showing glimpses of what was to come.
Yeah, linking play, making those smart runs. He could really open up defenses.
But then came Liverpool. And that's where he didn't just flourish, he sort of exploded onto the world stage.
Right. The move in 2020, around 41 million, what's that, $61.5 million maybe?
Something like that, yeah. And over 5 seasons with the Reds, he became this crucial, dynamic, often decisive player for Klopp.
The stats are great, but they don't tell the whole story, do they?
No way. 182 appearances, 65 goals, 20 assists. But it was more than that. It was that tactical intelligence.
That knack for arriving in the box just at the right moment, kind of ghosting past defenders.
He started as the perfect impact sub, didn't he? But quickly became pivotal and absolutely instrumental in that massive 2024-24 Premier League title win.
Scored so many vital goals, often in really tight games. He was a game changer.
And his impact wasn't just club football either.
No, vital for Portugal, too.
Yeah.
49 caps, 14 goals, and he was part of both UEFA Nations League wins.
2019 and the recent one. Shows that consistency at the highest level.
Added a different dimension to their attack, that versatility across the front line.
And his playing style on the pitch, unmistakable. Clinical finishing.
But not just power, right? It was that ability to find the smallest gap. First touch was often perfect.
Only needed one chance sometimes.
Exactly. And combine that with his pace, absolute nightmare for defenders.
Turning half chances into game winners, which was just vital in Liverpool's whole system.
That high-intensity counter-pressing game, he fit it perfectly.
And it's interesting, isn't it, how his playing style seemed to reflect his personality. You know, some of those personality frameworks like the Enneagram, you talk about a type 3, the achiever, driven by success, recognition, excelling. Sounds a lot like Diogo, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. You could see that relentless drive, not just talented, but incredibly driven to succeed, to improve.
It really fuels his career, you feel.
Definitely. And thinking about that drive, that success, it connects to his personal life, too, which makes this all even more tragic.
It adds such a heartbreaking layer. It's almost beyond comprehension. Diogo Jota had just got married.
Yeah, to his wife, Rute Cardoso.
Just 11 days before the crash. June 22nd, 2025.
11 days. Just starting a new chapter.
Unbelievable. And he leaves behind Rute and their 3 young children.
It's just unimaginable for them. Puts it all into perspective, beyond the headlines, the human cost.
Absolutely. And beyond the pitch, beyond his family, he had this other huge passion, gaming.
Ah, yes, the Gamer King. He wasn't just casual about it, was he?
Not at all. Ranked #1 in FIFA 21 globally at one point.
And he owned his own esports team, too, Luna Galaxy Esports. Used to be Diogo Jota Esports.
It wasn't just a hobby. It was like an extension of that competitive spirit.
And people will remember, surely, during the COVID lockdown when football stopped.
Oh, yeah, the Premier League FIFA tournament. He won it.
That's right. And he beat Trent Alexander-Arnold in the final, his future teammate.
Brilliant. It wasn't just a bit of fun. It showed that competitive drive again, finding new places to excel.
Yeah, it really highlighted something about modern athletes, how their drive goes beyond just their main sport, new ways to connect.
But what's striking is, alongside that fierce competitor, both in football and gaming,
there was this real kindness, a genuine connection he had.
Exactly. There's that lovely story from 2021. He sent a supportive video message to a young Liverpool fan.
Oh, I remember that. The fan was battling an illness.
Yeah, just a simple gesture, words of encouragement, but it meant so much. Showed that compassionate side.
Painted a picture of someone who connected on a really human level.
When a life like that, full of achievement, joy, kindness is cut short, the grief is just immense, a tidal wave.
The football community's reaction was immediate, overwhelming.
Official tributes started pouring in straight away. Liverpool FC put out a statement just devastated, asked for privacy for the family.
Portugal's Prime Minister, Luis Montenegro, just called it a sad day for football, captured the mood perfectly.
And then the more personal remembrances started coming through.
Yeah, painting a more intimate picture. Cristiano Ronaldo, fellow Portuguese legend, his message was just heartbreaking. It doesn't make sense. We'll all miss you.
So simple, so powerful. Steven Gerrard, too, just R.I.P. Diogo. Says it all.
And Darwin Núñez, his teammate, recalling Jota's smile, their companionship, highlighting those personal bonds within the dressing room.
And it wasn't just the officials or the players. The fans' response. Incredible. Really moving.
That immediate spontaneous gathering at Anfield.
Yeah, thousands of people just turned up, laying flowers, scarves, leaving messages, signing condolence books. It became like a shrine.
Those images, that sea of red and white paying respects, showed how deep that connection was.
A profound collective loss.
And the impact was truly global, wasn't it? Far beyond Liverpool or Wolves.
The Portuguese Football Federation said they were completely devastated, a national tragedy for them.
And UEFA paid respects too, just underlined his reach, his influence across Europe, across the world. It was a loss for football everywhere.
A universal lament for a talent taken far too soon.
So, reflecting on all this, what does it mean? For us, the fans, the people who watched his journey.
When we've talked about the depth of the loss, it's that dual tragedy, isn't it? Losing a brilliant footballer still on the rise.
And also losing this deeply beloved individual, a husband, father, brother, friend.
His life, packed with achievement, that infectious joy, just gone, leaves a huge void.
And that void will definitely be felt, especially in Liverpool. He wasn't just a key player, he was a genuinely liked figure. That smile, his unassuming nature.
But his legacy, it will live on, surely.
Unquestionably. Not just the goals, the performances, the titles.
No.
It's also the kindness, that passion for gaming that connected him differently, and just the image of him as a loving family man and friend. He showed that greatness isn't just about one thing.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? Figures like Diogo Jota, they bring so much joy, so much inspiration to millions.
Mm-hmm.
And when they're taken so suddenly, it just illuminates how precious life is, how fragile.
Yeah. What does that collective grief on this scale tell us about the bonds we form, even with public figures we never actually meet?
Right. And what does it really mean to celebrate a life well lived, a life that made such an impact, even when it's cut tragically short, seemingly in its prime?
It's a profound question, isn't it? A reminder of the beauty and the fragility of it all.
Definitely something to ponder as we reflect on Diogo Jota's extraordinary, but sadly far too brief, journey.